Hi, David.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
David, we just heard about a debate about hate, tolerance, and some of these parts, they talk about leaders.
Yeah.
And follow leaders and what a leader can say to move up. What do you think about what leaders, we know you are an expert in leadership, or?
Yeah. So I'm interested in propaganda and ideology and stuff like that. Yeah, well, leaders, I mean, there are different sorts of leaders. I really don't even like the concept of leaders because it implies followers.
Yes.
And I don't think we should encourage people to be followers. I think we should encourage people to be autonomous, responsible thinkers. So my interest is in how a certain type of leader, an authoritarian leader or a totalitarian leader at the extreme, manages to gain people's sympathies so that we follow these people, we idealize them, and to our own destruction and the destruction of others. And of course there are many examples in history of this, and there are many examples in the world today. One reason I'm concerned with this is the rise of neo-fascist movements, once again, in Europe, in Turkey, in the United States, in Brazil, and so on. I think this presents a real danger. So, I mean, the way I approach this is through an appeal to irrationality. See, in the debate we just saw, I think they were idealizing rational discourse. Right? It's a bunch of academics and intellectuals, right? But that's not how people operate. They hear some apocalyptic story, like
or they hear a quote about somebody told it. I don't know. Ronaldo does this, tell it, and we will. Oh, he told it. So.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the Nazis had really good stories.
Yes.
You know, the story of the international Jewish conspiracy that was out to destroy the world. That's a powerful story.
That it's still going on.
Oh yeah, I know. It's unfortunately, yes, it's still going on and it's coming back a lot. And that's not the sort of thing you can combat with reason. So in the approach that I take, authoritarian leaders have this recipe that they seem to instinctively understand. And that recipe involves getting people to feel helpless and vulnerable.
Yes.
Frightening people. So the first step is getting them to feel humiliated, depressed, hopeless.
Yes.
Hitler did that. Goebbels did that.
Trump
does it.
Netanyahu.
Yeah, Netanyahu. I mean, he's a good case. They all do this. You do that.
AMLO, in this, I don't know if you know about Mexico.
Yeah.
They take what it was down of the people when the people is down, and they use it in their...
Yeah, so many people have told me about, because I didn't know anything much about the Mexican political situation, but so many people came up to me and said, this is exactly what's going on. So make them depressed, and then make them paranoid. You can let them all think. You say, well, it's not your fault, it's these others, they're destroying us, we've got to, it's terrifying. In the Nazi case, it was the Jews and the communists and the international bankers and all that. So you get the people scared, and then you offer them salvation. You come in as Superman, follow me, and we'll, in the German case, have the 1,000-year Reich, Donald Trump making America great again. They all do this, and the thing is, if you've swallowed the first two, you're a sucker for the third one. You're desperate for salvation from these terrible things that you've accepted as real.
It's good or bad to become a follower of some person? Because we tend to, one, if he becomes president, he's the best one, we have to follow him, whatever he says, he knows what he's saying. Second, we make leaders. If he plays good football, he's a good football player. Whatever he says, it's like, wow, he just knows.
The leader is the
how to define if we have to follow somebody.
Yeah.
And if we decide we have to follow, to whom to follow.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I think the whole following thing should be discouraged. I don't think that's how democracy should be understood. I think democracy should be understood as putting people in positions of responsibility to do certain jobs. And it's our responsibility as citizens to try and keep them in line, not worship them as messiahs, right? Which is what they're trying to get us to do,
Yes.
right? So yeah, and I think we should be deeply suspicious of anyone who seems to make an effort to appeal to human irrationality in order to gain popular support. Unfortunately, it works. So there are pressures on politicians, even if they're not inclined in that way. If they want to succeed, they have to be good. They have to sell themselves,
Yes, yes.
right? They have to package themselves in a bright, shiny, attractive way that people are going to buy. And so there's something really bad about how the system works, at least in nations like the United States and Mexico, that encourages this sort of thing.
We said about some examples. One, it's very important for Jews.
Yeah.
Jews. And we mentioned it. One is them, it's Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Or whatever, it's the leader of Israel,
Yeah.
Israel, because it's the Jewish country, the
Yeah.
Jewish state.
Yeah.
Do we have like Jews to support everything somebody like Netanyahu, because he's the prime minister? Or instead of Netanyahu, a big rabbi
Yeah.
said we have to support and say it's correct. One, because it's correct or not correct. Second, because if we don't support it, somebody will take our speech and say, you see, also Jews doesn't like what they are saying.
Yeah.
So it becomes against us again.
Yeah.
Again. So what should we do?
I think we need to grow up, you know, and of course, look, one's opponents will use things. Big deal. Big deal, right? We have to act with responsibility, with integrity. And that means giving criticism where criticism is due and praise where praise is due. And you know, just being a follower, I think it's morally wrong. I think it's morally wrong, and it sets a terrible example because it undermines human responsibility and integrity and rationality. It's a really bad example to others. So, you know,
what should we do, like media, like people, to
change
stop,
this?
to change this? Because it's very hard. If you say I don't like him, they say no, you are against, and we have just here a debate about intolerance and tolerance. So it's very hard if you say I don't like getting back again with Netanyahu. If you say I don't like Netanyahu, don't say it, or you are against Jews, or you are against Israel, because you say how to manage that and to show people that you have to be open and not to say he's like you say, the Messias.
I think it has to start with oneself. I'm prepared to have a conversation with anyone about anything, no matter how disturbing I find their views. Now, often
discussing about this.
Often it comes to a point where you realize that the other person is not going to have a reasonable conversation with you, and then I give up. But I want to give it every chance. I want to understand why people have the views that they do. I want to take it seriously. That's why, you know, in my research, I study these things, and I listen to a lot of anti-Semites and white supremacists and all these people. I want to understand what kind of a perspective they have. That's the only way I can engage with them. Now, does that mean I'll be successful in having conversation with them? No.
It's very hard to change the view of somebody.
It doesn't.
You cannot change him, what they are thinking about, or if they hate somebody. You cannot convince them. Don't hate Jews because Jews are good, or don't hate black people because they are normal, they are like everybody, or don't hate because it's very hard.
It's hard, but it does happen sometimes.
How do you see the world with people getting in power like Brazil, United States, France, and many other countries where it's coming, the nationalism, I don't want to say the Nazis,
it's
speech, but it's again,
we may get there
we
again.
need America great. It was like we need Germany great. I don't know how do you like it, but
no.
What to do? It's getting again the.
How do we deal with these problems? To be honest, I'm not optimistic. I'm not sure that we can. These things have to be addressed before they get to the point that they've gotten to now. So I wish I knew. I mean, that's my honest answer. I wish I knew. The best that I can do as a writer and as a teacher is to inform as many people as I can. That's why I write for a general audience. I don't write for academics. That's a waste of time as far as I'm concerned. I want people to understand these things. A little bit of self-knowledge can help, but do I think I'm very pessimistic about the world.
I hope you will become an optimist also, and you can write with us get to the people, send us whatever material. We have Diario, Judío, Christian notes, Jewish dialect, and many other countries, and many other things like Tijuanotas, to speak good about something. So whatever you want to write and reach these people, you are invited.
Send me an email, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
it
you.
was a pleasure to have you here.
A great pleasure. A great pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.